in October, 30 teams embarked on a journey, the journey to the NBA championship. 28 have been eliminated, and we are down to the final two teams. That is right, the NBA Finals have arrived. They are on the horizon, and I am Johnny Sports Network, here to provide you with my predictions for the NBA Finals. And reading the early reviews of this NBA Finals matchup, I have personally come to the conclusion that everyone falls into one of two different categories. On one side, there are people that say, oh, this is the worst NBA Finals matchup ever. This is going to be the worst NBA Finals matchup. Nobody's going to watch this. The ratings, they're going to be so bad. It's bad for basketball. And then there's the other side. The people like myself that are embracing this matchup, as this matchup feels very unique. It feels exciting. It's something different, as we have gotten used to seeing some of the same teams or even the same players in the NBA Finals on a more consistent basis in years past. But now, for this season, it's something that we are not used to seeing, as we have two small market teams looking to win their first NBA championship. Representing the Eastern Conference, the Indiana Pacers, in their first NBA Finals since 2000. And representing the Western Conference, the Oklahoma City Thunder, in their first NBA Finals since 2012. And that was when they had the big three of Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, and James Harden. Despite the years waiting to get back to the NBA Finals for both of these prospective teams, they have gotten close in some years past. The Pacers made the conference finals just last season. The Thunder, they were on the doorstep of making the finals in 2016, but they blew the 3-1 lead against the Warriors in the Western Conference Finals. I should mention the Pacers, they were also in the Eastern Conference Finals in 04, 2013, and 2014. But one more interesting thing to note before I get to the predictions. The last time both these teams were in the NBA Finals, they just were on the wrong end of it, losing to a dynasty. The Pacers in 2000, they went up against the Lakers with Kobe and Shaq. And in 2012, when the Thunder lost the NBA Finals, they lost against the Heat with the big three of LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. And that is another reason why I am personally looking forward to this finals matchup, because both of these franchises are absolutely hungry for this first NBA championship. And this is unfortunately going to be a series where someone is going to have to lose. In this very unique finals, two rising stars in this league, Tyrese Halliburton, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Everyone is expecting one of those two to win the finals MVP, depending on which team wins it. But before I get to my prediction, I have seen so many people online already counting out the Pacers. The Pacers, they have been counted out this entire playoffs. And I just don't understand why so many people think the Thunder are just going to steamroll the Pacers. The Thunder, they just look the way more superior team. The Pacers, they don't have a chance. And I did see the sports books. They have the odds ridiculously in the favor of the Thunder. I think was minus 700 the last time I looked at it. But we have seen in these playoffs, the Thunder, they may be a dominant team, they may be the more dominant team in this matchup. But we have seen the Pacers overcome odds before in the playoffs. They've had 3, 4, 20 plus point comeback wins just in this playoffs alone. I'm going to be surprised if either team wins this series before 6 games. I think that these two teams, they match up to each other better than most people think. I do think that Pascal Siakam is going to be a huge factor in this series for the Pacers, as he has NBA Finals experience with the Raptors. As the Raptors, when they defeated the Warriors in the 2019 NBA Finals, Pascal Siakam, a difference maker, where he had a dominant performance in Game 1, and it set the tone for the rest of the finals for the Raptors. My predictions for this NBA Finals. I have Game 1 being won by the Thunder. Because the Thunder, when Game 1 begins, they're going to have over a week of rest from their last game. Then in Game 2, I think the Pacers are going to respond. I think it's a game where Tyrese Halliburton, he has a triple-double, and he carries the Pacers in that game. Then in Game 3, I think that goes to the Thunder. Game 4, I think the Pacers respond and tie up the series 2 apiece. Going into Game 5, making it a best 2 out of 3 at that point. Game 5, I think, will be won by the Thunder. And then going into Game 6, the Thunder, they have a chance to clinch the NBA championship, but not so fast. Tyrese Halliburton, he carries the Pacers in Game 6 to force a Game 7 and the winner-take-all Game 7 game, I think, goes to the Oklahoma City Thunder. So my prediction is the Thunder in 7. However, I'm not like most people and think the Thunder, they already have this series wrapped up before it even begins. The Pacers, I do think, will give the Thunder a run for their money, and it is going to be a much better NBA Finals than a lot of these people on social media are trying to think what it's going to be. And for my NBA Finals MVP, obviously I'm going to go with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But if the Pacers win the finals, then I think just like the Eastern Conference Finals, Pascal Siakam could get the MVP, depending on how much of a difference maker he is. But I would go with Tyrese Halliburton, because I do think if the Pacers are going to win this series, or have a chance to win this series, Tyrese Halliburton may have to carry the Pacers at least twice in this series. And Tyrese Halliburton has shown that he can do that. And that will do it for my NBA Finals predictions. Comment your prediction down below. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Until next time, have a good one. Enjoy the NBA Finals. And stay tuned for some new content in the coming days.